What's up, Jay?
Risky, what is happening, man?
Nothing much. Excited for another episode. What about you?
Oh, very much so. Let's do it.
All right. This is Golf Nation, the show that brings you interviews with the best and brightest people in the industry. Join us for a round as we learn about their life, business, and so much more. Golf isn't just about playing the game, it's about connecting with others and getting away from our everyday lives. Now here's your host and the CEO of GolfCritique.com, Jeremy Lee.
Golf Nation, what is up? You're listening to episode 43 of the Golf Nation podcast, and as usual, it's brought to you by GolfCritique.com, the best search engine in golf. And if you haven't been to GolfCritique.com lately, you are missing out, because not only have we made a slight change to the platform, we're making it better for golfers, Risky.
How so?
Because you now can just simply go to GolfCritique.com, search your golf course that you want to play, and book. You don't have to give us no information. You don't have to pay us no $2.49.
For the booking fee?
Oh, yeah. Who pays booking fees anymore? Why are you paying booking fees? It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, booking fees are a thing of the past.
They're gone. They're old school. Hey, and also, you can be confident that you're booking directly with the golf course, and that is great because they are getting 100% of everything that you pay through GolfCritique.com. That's why our business model is different. So you know that your experience is going to be the best every single time. Not only are you going to get golf courses, you're going to get great instructors from all over the world now. You're going to get trips that we're continuing to add all the time. And, of course, with Golf Hub, some really cool entertainment where they can see us.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of other people.
Well, today is a very exciting day because our guest today was born in Bruges, Belgium, and currently coming to you from across the world in Amsterdam, Netherlands. She has a big passion for movement and health, and she chose to study kinesiology at the University of British Columbia in Canada. She grew up in Costa Blanca, Spain, the south of Spain is what I hear, and had LPGA aspirations from a very young age until she ran into some disappointing setbacks both physically and mentally. She began a period of golf-specific training for the body and mind, and man, she enjoys playing this game with more confidence again. With over a decade of professional experience as a golf movement coach, she has also worked with Jason Glass, the Dutch Golf Federation, the PGA of Holland, Golf NL, and helped thousands of golfers all over Europe. Besides her internal drive to create lasting change in the world of golf, she is a published writer for the National Golf Magazine and their head of fitness instruction since 2016. She is a Titleist Performance Institute certified and level 3 or junior level 3 fitness instructor, Super Speed Golf certified level 3, a certified yoga teacher, and the Spanish long drive champion in 2007. Man, Lord have mercy, this girl does everything.
Yeah.
Her mission is clear: develop a strong, healthy golf community that plays golf forever. Please help me welcome the talented Ms. Liesbeth Pauwels. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for this fantastic introduction.
Oh my goodness, Risky, where did you find this girl? Like, I mean, this is unbelievable how much stuff. I thought I did pretty good for myself in the golf industry, but I feel pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, that's a lot. Do you also speak 6 languages?
No, I don't even speak 2 languages.
Yeah, well, she does. Gotta get your game up.
Oh my goodness. Well, I cannot wait to dive into everything that you're doing. Really, as the game of golf, from fitness perspective, from training, what you're seeing, the next big thing in training. You know, it's especially fitting that we're talking to her after so many headlines about bulking up with Bryson DeChambeau and what I would love to get your insights on all that. But I want to really just say, what is a golf movement specialist? What would you define your career as?
Well, I specialize in understanding the swing mechanics and the way that how the body, what what it implies on the body, on a specific type of movement patterns, on the muscles. And in that, I specialize in understanding the game as well with it, not just only the swing mechanics, but also the game and how it is played. In that, I help players to prevent injuries from happening, overuse injuries from happening, and that I help them to perform better. So it's about prevention and about performance for the game. That is really, in a nutshell, what it is. And with that, I use different kind of methods. You know, of course, I use TPI, where I screen all of the golfers through specific tests that that TPI has created. But then I also apply strength and conditioning methods, yoga techniques, whatever I see that golfer needs for his goals, for his situation, and the body at that right moment in time that it needs. That's what I apply. So that's what I do, in a nutshell.
Wow, that is
yeah.
absolutely fascinating. And I will say, have you ever done yoga, Risky?
Yes, I love doing yoga.
Holy cow, you talking about clearing your mind.
Yeah.
It is fascinating. I have not done like a full session, but I remember at my gym one time they had like it was a digital session. Like you could bring down the screen and it basically did. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had. So for you guys out there that are kind of like, oh man, that's just girl thing. Trust me, go do it. It's pretty
Even
amazing.
if you just get on YouTube and do like a 20-minute yoga stretch, that's what I try to do every day, and feels amazing.
Yeah, it is quite fascinating.
Yes, even doing that is super valuable, and that's what I also try to, tell golfers. It's already taking a small step, such as doing 20 minutes of yoga daily. That's going to bring huge benefits towards your game, and it doesn't have to be super crazy or these intense kind of poses that are all out there. It's not about that. It's about a daily routine that will enable you to learn more about your body, create more body awareness on a daily basis, and in that way create better mobility and balance, all that, all of that as well. But it's about daily small steps that already create huge benefits, and it doesn't have to be big, And I just say that because I think a lot of golfers think and believe that when they have to practice yoga, it has to be these, intense stretches, but it doesn't have to be that way. There's a millions of different opportunities that you can take right now, whatever your ability is, or even if you haven't done yoga before, it's now even more accessible than ever before. And with that also being super accessible, like on YouTube, and on my YouTube as well, there's so much out there. So it doesn't have to be, super intense to be effective.
Yeah, most of us guys, we're a little stiff.
Yeah, definitely.
Some of those poses, I'm like, I'm not getting into that pose. There is no way my body is going to do that. I think I have the
tightest hamstrings on earth, but hey, 20 minutes stretching every day, it does go a long way.
Yeah. So do you know,
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you know American football? Do you know the name Tom Brady?
It does ring a bell, yeah.
Isn't it funny? Tom Brady's like a superstar. She's like, maybe. Yeah. Well, so he is a superstar football player here in the States. But I remember him saying one time that he does not stretch. Now, he drinks like an abnormally amount of water daily. Twice the daily limit, and some even doctors have said, wow, that's a little dangerous. But I would just wanted from your standpoint, that seemed a little odd to me, but I was just curious about why you think that he might do that.
Well, first of all, I think it's funny that people comment on it's dangerous on somebody who actually fuels his body the right way with water and proper hydration, instead of, that's such a good thing, and people start critiquing that. And instead of looking at other athletes who, maybe don't drink that much water, they should be critiquing them. That's how I see it, first of all.
Like me.
Yeah. And well, our body is composed of average 70% of water. And the first thing as well to, that I implement with my golfers is not only the right proper exercises for their situation, but it's also looking at lifestyle factors such as hydration. And water is so valuable. And for golf, I always recommend having 1 sip of water on each hole. So it's like when you start a new routine, on a new hole, that's when you drink a sip of water. But also before and after. So it's super good. It's super healthy. And of course, everything should also be in moderation. In that sense, you don't have to start drinking 2 liters of water at 6 p.m. in the evening. That's not going to be healthy and effective either. You gotta do it in a way that's all throughout the day. And start in the morning.
Consistency is key.
Yeah, I consistently drink beer every hole.
No!
That's right. No, I don't drink as much as you do on the golf course, but no, that's the problem. We want to drink beer instead of drink water. We're not trying to be professionals here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I imagine.
So let's go into a little bit of kind of what got you into this. So you obviously were a great junior player. You wanted to play college golf. Did you play college golf?
Yeah, I wanted to really badly, and I tried out. And at the same time, I moved from Spain to Canada, and that it was it all for my first year all happened so very organically in that way. I tried out, I studied there, and then it was all too much in the sense that I had to get used to the different culture coming from Spain to Canada and the way of studying. And I was so interested and already fascinated by what I was doing, studying during class about the human movement, human training, that I reached out to learn more about, specifically for golf, got in touch with Jason Glass, who ended up also training our team, and I ended up assisting him for the full next 3 years. So I assisted the team during our physical training sessions. That's how it all rolled over, and it happened. I can't remember that there was one specific moment or one specific thing that lead one to another, but that's how I rolled into the golf, fitness specifically, and with my drive to continually learn about how the body works, how to train the body, and how to prepare the body better for competition, for tournaments, and also understanding a little bit more of the mind, the sports psychology behind it, and getting in touch with Jason Glass, and him being my mentor during that time as well. It just really inspired me, and not only for my benefit that I because I trained as well during that time, but I learned to understand more about my body, and I felt more confident. But I also thought, like, maybe there's more golfers out there that struggle with these things, and turns out a lot of us do.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you go to the golf course on the weekend, you're going, wow, that's you're a client. I think you're all clients. We unfortunately, us as golfers, the weekend warriors and the guys who work at a desk all day, it's really just a chance to get out, but we still deal with sitting at a desk all day during the week. So our bodies are getting more of that than they're getting of the actual physical activity. What is, I'm curious to know from a specialist, is what is the one thing that you feel like could help golfers the most?
It's actually way more simple than a lot of golfers would think. And it's by doing a quick, good warming up routine before you go hit balls or before you go out on the course. It actually is the most essential and most practical element that you could start doing right now. It doesn't cost you any money. It's not invasive. It's not big. I mean, you can do big as well, and implement programs. That's no problem, of course. But to begin, it's by really doing a good, effective warming up on the range, and it's overlooked how simple and how effective this simple tool actually is, because the golf swing is one-sided explosive rotational movement. It's actually quite intense on our spine, on our muscles, on everything, especially if you've been sitting for maybe a couple of days or been traveling, but maybe not now, but been traveling or being very busy, and you've been sitting down and not have had much movement in that rotational area. So by doing a specific preparation for your body, you're actually not only gaining coordination that will improve your ball contact and enhance also your your drives, your length of the drives, just simply because your coordination is better. But it will also prepare the muscles and prepare the body to be able to make a swing more smoothly, less stressful, and way more fluid and way more, relaxed and still powerful. So that's what I really, would recommend. It's, of course, having a good, training program all year round, specific, made for your body and for your goals is fantastic. But to begin with this simple act of doing a warming up routine.
Yeah, I don't think I do anything, to be honest with you.
I've started to get into that as well. I saw it somewhere on Instagram. I don't remember now, but it was a poll. He's like, "Do you stretch before you golf?" And then I was like, "No." And then the next one is, "How do you expect to get any better?" or something like that. And I was like, "Damn, he got me." Like, I need to start.
Well, considering how I played the last couple days, I did not start playing good until I got to the back nine. I won't say good, decent, but it was probably for this reason, because I'm sitting in the chair 24/7, and now it's taking me, and then it just makes me hate the game. It just makes me hate, because I'm like, why am I out here? Why am I wasting my money? Because I'm playing so bad. That's the only bad thing about getting to a point where you're a decent player. You shoot low 70s and you're a decent player, and then coming back and you can't break 80, and you're just like, ugh.
Yeah, and I mean it can be avoided easily as well. And imagine how many, frustration and emotional buildup, but also strokes is going to save golfers when they don't use that front nine to warm up the body.
Exactly.
I always say, like, you've got to train and you've got to warm up the body, but don't use the swing to warm up the body. So warm up to swing, don't swing to warm up. That's the key. You can't use your swing to warm up your body. That's too intense and too much. It's such a coordinated, detailed movement, and you're also there with the expectation and the pressure of wanting to shoot a low round and do well in front of your mates, and see your return of investment on maybe your new equipment or your golf lessons that you've made.
Right.
But then you get disappointed, right? Because your body
still shoot the same bad scores
properly.
All that new equipment, we still play as bad as we did. Now, and that's what I love about what we're trying to do is trying to make people realize that it's not about the equipment. It's about how you train. It's about how you hit balls. It's about how you take care of your body. It's about how you handle nutrition during the round, which you go into a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I guess it's just, so would you consider yourself a Spaniard?
No, no.
Since you grew up in, what would you
I th-
consider yourself? What's your
European
European?
kind of
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I asked that is because Jimenez is from Spain and he's got that
Yes.
crazy pre-round workout. So I thought, well, maybe this is just something that they do in Spain. This is just a normal kind of thing.
Well, I always, call him out as an example because he's got the most iconic golf warming up ever. Everyone knows what he does. Everyone knows how he warms up, and it's so iconic. And I've actually trained one of his sons in Spain, but I just hope people see him as an inspiration. I don't think his warming up is the best you could do. It's one thing of doing a warming up, and then your next step is looking at what is effective of warming up, of what kind of exercises to use.
Right.
So it's you've got to use it as an inspiration, and the way he plays, the way he implements, and kind of his golf is his lifestyle, and it's so easy to him. It's so laid back, and I just love that. And I hope golfers see that as an inspiration.
He is definitely the most interesting man in golf. There's no doubt about that. That's what I love about him. He's got his big cigar. He just enjoys life.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be about, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Enjoy what you do.
And if one thing, as well, it's his warming up routine. So he warms up, and so I hope golfers won't feel that stigma around, doing something physical around the green or driving range. That's another huge thing that I work on in the community, is kind of demystifying that it's not a stigma to do that. But as well his mindset, he's just so laid back, and I guess, I like that about it.
Yeah, I will agree with that. I would say that a lot of people don't do that because they don't want to be embarrassed, like their buddy is going to give them shots and be like, what are you doing, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then he goes out and smokes you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's happening all the time, all over the place. When I go out on the driving range, I don't care. I do it my way, and I do it unapologetically. And I would stretch, and I would even do some yoga stretches on the driving range. I don't mind, but I understand how it could feel like for golfers, and that's another thing that I think I am able to communicate with my community. Is not only I can tell you what the exercises are that you do, but I can also understand how it feels.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't make golfers do weird kind of stretches on the range because it's not going to happen. They're not going to feel comfortable. They're going to dread going to do that. They're not going to enjoy it, and then they will stop doing it anyway. So that's also something that I'm very mindful for, is like, okay, what works well in the gym and on the yoga mat, but also what can you do and what can you implement that's going to work when you're actually on the course, on the driving range, in front of your friends,
Interesting.
Yeah. And I think I think it's so important as well, that aspect of understanding how the culture is, and that we're still kind of I think North America is way more ahead though than here in Europe, but here in Europe we're still I think a little bit more old-fashioned in that way, and that going out on the range doing a couple stretches is they just get weird looks. So yeah.
No downward dogs on the range.
Yeah, yes. No happy babies.
Yeah, exactly.
No, no, no,
That's
no,
so funny.
no.
Well, I do think that it's very, very important. I think it's been proven that we've seen a big shift. I think Tiger's probably the first one that really brought it to the mainstream.
Body development.
Yeah, body development.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
because I'd almost say TPI was probably developed out of Tiger. If I'm thinking about it, I don't know when it was actually developed. I might be misspeaking there, but it seems like everything started to come together once Tiger started bringing that to the forefront, and people started taking it a lot more serious. Now, what's your thoughts on DeChambeau, on how much he has grown? I mean, he's put on 40 pounds. I mean, he's not, I don't know if I consider him in shape. It's a weird aspect. He's just gotten big. I mean, strong, don't get me wrong, but it's not like he's ripped up or anything. He's doing like a protein shake every hole.
Yeah, and the way I see it is that we have so much that we can learn from that, both on a professional and amateur club level, to take away from what he's doing to improve his game. Doesn't mean that we all, because I get also this question all the time, like, Lizzie, should I start drinking protein shakes as well? It doesn't work that way. You have to find out what works for your body. But I think he is taking a new approach to his game, and the way that he tries to enhance each and every aspect of it, and the way he does it, of course, I mean, winning the US Open is phenomenal. And I think he's so innovative in the way that he dissects each element of his game and tries to improve that. It's something that all elite levels in different sports do, but in golf he gets the most attention because it's just new. So I think it's one way we've got to look at it as what can we learn from him, draw again the inspiration from how he approaches his game, by also getting very strong, getting very fast and explosive, of course, but as well look at a lot of it is like the media is a little bit like critiquing about his about that he's become so strong. But actually, if you think about it, in golf, it's the only sport where there's critique when athletes actually get stronger or bigger or faster or more explosive. So I think there is a huge, world still to gain in that way.
Well, it'll be interesting to see, because you have a lot of people right now that talk about his career length. Like, how long can he sustain this? Is his body, because let's be honest, we saw that happen with Tiger, that his body began to break down. You, as a movement specialist, I mean, you seem slim and trim. Most people who do yoga are more slim and trim. Do you feel like that could be a possible problem, that he's making himself so strong that there's so much explosiveness in the golf swing that could actually do more harm than good?
Yes and no. So when Tiger started training, there wasn't that much research out. He was the first doing it, and I think it's not that he did it wrong, because they didn't know any better. So now, coming back to DeChambeau, research is out there, I guess, and I hope his team is, super professional. They know what they're doing. They have way more advanced technologies available to monitor everything. And I know he's also invested in a lot of recovery elements of his game, and I think you have to have that strong recovery program implemented if you want to continue playing at that high explosive level, because the body otherwise won't sustain. But as well, looking, how golf has evolved to more athletic PGA pros that are out there on the tour, both men but also female. I think in general the span of their career will become a little bit shorter. And that's just simply because it's more athletic than ever before. And it's the same like when when there's football players or, sprinters or, all kind of high elite level athletes. They all have lesser, a little bit shorter time as top athletes. And I think that's normal in one way. So I think we've got to look at it as an inspiration again, and then the way he's developed now, I mean his career won't be as long as our previous big golfers, but I don't think that's bad, because he's actually applying sports and athletic to the max. He's uncover and unleashing all that potential in the sport that is golf. And
Interesting.
Yeah, it seems like you're going to take the same amount of wins through a longer career and just get them down.
Condense it a little bit.
Yeah, have shorter career, but you're still having the same output.
Careers will be, and they will become condensed in the future, I think, for golf in general, not just for him. But it's at a way more elite high level. But as well, they have way more, structure in place. And like I said before, I think his team manages his recovery very well, both from a physical and a mental side. So these are all things that weren't available, when Tiger, started to do more strength training. And the way Tiger did strength training and Bryson now, they're two different types of training. So I'm sure there's way more advantages than, it won't be the same like with Tiger.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of see how it's going to still be a test. I mean, the test will be time to see which way we're going to go. I mean, Tiger has definitely gotten better over, since everything happened, all the troubles and tribulations in his life. But I mean, a lot of it was just, all the spine surgeries and everything that he had. It'll be interesting. I'm not going to take anything from Bryson. I mean, he's a smart dude. I mean, he's got a brains like crazy. So, it's just going to be interesting to see how that transpires, or who's right and who's wrong. Because there's a lot of people who would be like, oh, he's done in 2 years. He's done. He's going to be done in 2 years.
And I think the more valuable conversation to have is to talk about, how can we get our bodies on a club amateur level as well. How can we get our bodies moving more properly as well? Because what we see on out on the PGA Tour is something that a lot of golfers want to do and want to copy. So I just really hope that conversation is getting some attention too, instead of who's right or who's wrong. So that's also what I hope and foresee and what's needed as well in the game.
Well, I definitely think we're making a huge push in fitness. I mean, I don't think that fitness is not going anywhere. So, I mean, I definitely think that you're in a great place in where you're going with your career. I think, you pretty much have a full career ahead of you, because all the tour pros are in and out of the gym. I mean, you look at if you look at the past winners of all the majors, they're all guys that were done fitness. Joey D golf performance. We've had Kobe Wayne on before, and he said the same thing. Look who's winning majors. It's guys who are putting in the effort in the gym, into their body, learning how to move their body in a better, more efficient way. I think that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's not just about, gaining the strength or gaining the speed. It's about efficiency. And that's the most important thing. Is it efficient as well for their body? Is it efficient for their goals, their, personal situation? Because that also is essential when you when you're looking at building programs and wanting to, you know, move up the ranks and perform.
Yeah. Do you think it has a little bit to do with control of your body too? Because like my left hand, I can't control my left hand. Like it's like dribbling a basketball. You know, right hand, I'm good. Left hand, I look like I'm 5 years old. Like I have, you know, it's just part of it. But I think it goes the same in golf. It's like a right-handed player. If we're being honest, it's really a left-handed game. You're using the left side of your body to pull and rotate and pull, you know, the power in my mind, it transitions from your legs through your body out your left arm is where that's coming. You're not really doing anything with your right arm hardly at all at the bottom of the swing, at the bottom of the arc where all the power, you know, the release of power is. Now, I may be different. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I agree. You know, the beginning of any good performance and of integrating the physical into your game is body awareness, and understanding how your body works, understanding, of course, how the swing works as well. I think a lot of golfers try to understand and try to invest in understanding how their swing mechanics should be. You know, they all take lessons or watch YouTube videos, and it's all, there's so much out there about the technique and biomechanics, and it's good, you know, because you need to have that basic knowledge about the swing. But on the other hand, it's also your body, you know, like you said, understanding what kind of maybe this balance that's present within your body right now, so you can become more effective with what kind of exercises you do, and begin to, you know, advance and not regress, because, you know, you can train for the swing, but it can be it can be non-efficient if your body doesn't have the right mobility or stability at one point. And that's again where I think I come back to the beginning of any kind of training is a TPI screening, is, you know, checking where the body has this balance, because that's the basic foundation, is bringing back the balance in the body, also in the mind, of course. But yeah, I think that's really the beginning of everything, of understanding the swing mechanics and and understanding, creating body awareness.
Yeah, and I will say, you know, balance, even just from a physical balance standpoint, that's for me, that's my biggest problem. I'm a tall guy, so I'm 6'4", and so I tend to get on top of the ball, move my hips in too much, sliding through the ball instead of turning. And you can't even, like, I try to keep my right heel on the ground through the swing, because that's the best way I can keep my balance and trying to stay even through the ball, instead of hips way out in front, I'm leaning back, ball goes far right. It's just terrible.
The center of gravity is too high.
Oh my gosh, it's so bad.
And then imagine also, you know, that's why the balance is, you know, not talking about it. It's, I see a lot of golfers who struggle with balance. But then imagine, you know, when golfers go out to practice on the range, they're on a flat mat. But when they're out on the course, there's only 18 times when you play 18 holes when you're flat. Other times you're, you know, uphill, downhill, side hill, you're in a bunker, and the short game requires so much balance and coordination, like finesse movements as well. So it's not just about even in your swing, but also on the course, that you need so much balance. So I think that's, yeah, also fascinating at one degree, because you think, I can only implement balance in my swing, but no, you can, you know, you use it also on the course, on any different hill or lie, and in your short game.
Yeah, I agree. There's very few times that you're actually perfectly square like you are on the range.
Yeah.
So
I hate hitting off those damn mats.
Oh yeah, I'm not much.
Yeah, they're terrible. And it's, you know, with balance, I think and with golf fitness in general. I see a lot of golfers with good intentions. They wanna improve their body for their game, for their swing, and then they end up doing maybe golf swings on a Boatsu, or grabbing two clubs and a set of weights and doing swings on a Swiss ball or whatever. But I just want to imply that that is not golf fitness. It's not golf fitness, and improving your balance doesn't mean swinging, a club on a Boatsu.
Just because you have a golf club in your hand doesn't mean it's golf fitness.
There's never a moment on the course where it's required that you are on a Boatsu to swing a good club. So, right. That's just not the element in the way that we want to improve balance. And I always feel both ways when I see golfers do that. And sometimes I walk in a random gym, and I see golfers, grabbing a set of weights and just mimicking the golf swing with weights, or standing on a Boatsu and doing some swings. And, then I'm like, yes, you want to do something for your game. It's so good. It's, you're in there and you're trying it, but then so much of it is so inefficient.
Interesting.
And that's also where, it's super important for more, I think, teaching professionals to give their clients a basic set of tools, as, try to, when they, try to explain how warming up works. And then, it just helps to create that ripple effect that warming up even will become more accepted on the range.
Sure.
In our culture. And as well, there'll be more their clients still not only prevent injuries, because that's of course number one reason why you should do warming up before playing, but also they'll keep coming back because they'll experience more joy. Like you said before, you had a bad night and you were frustrated and you thought, like, why am I playing? So you'll end up having a better feeling, of course, in results as well. But having that first, tool giving by a teaching professional, and have them do warming up together, it will create a ripple effect. That's, I think that hopefully will many teachers start doing.
Yeah, no, I agree. So have you ever had the chance to come to the States?
Yes, of course. I did my TPI certification back in 2011 already, almost a decade ago, in California at the PGA headquarters.
Nice.
And
nice.
I love California. I've been to Florida as well. And California is my favorite place. Yeah.
Well, very cool. Well, we're definitely going to have to get you to come next time you're in the States, and get you to come to Pinehurst and play the home of American golf.
Yep.
We are definitely the home of American golf, and so many great golf courses here, and such a great place to live. We literally have 35 world-class golf courses within 13 miles. It's pretty insane.
Wow.
So not too bad, not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
No.
But what's great about it is we have over 1 million golfers that come through this area every year, and it's to have people like yourself to come in and maybe do a clinic or do something like that, and invite people that are coming through the area to be a part of that. That would be really cool in the future.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And get you here. Now, Risky's been telling me all about these little retreats, and I know he's dying to hear about these retreats before we go. So let's talk about one. Let's talk about. I want to. Obviously, we have more of an American audience, so we want to make sure that we give you a way that people can get in touch with you. You do online as well?
Yes, absolutely. I do remote one-on-one coaching, and that's available worldwide. I have clients from the States, from North America, Canada, and Europe, of course, and Australia as well. So
and that's through your website, lpgolfperformance.nl, correct?
Yes, that's correct. I have a contact page on there. You can also contact me via DM on Instagram. Yeah, you can just reach out if you need any help.
Okay, very cool. And let's talk about these retreats that you do. Give some of our golfing listeners about what these retreats are about and what you do.
What can they expect?
Yeah.
Yes. So the retreats is something that I developed after, nearly a decade of coaching, but it's something that I wish that I could invest in when I was still playing, because, I lacked that confidence and I didn't know how to train my body. And I wanted to have, that someone who was there for me a full week and with a good training program that worked. And I saw like there's a lot of golf trips, but they all usually, go around just the socializing or maybe just technique. And I really wanted a week that focused on the body and the mind, the two, obviously the two most important club, and I'm biased, but the two most important clubs in your bag. So yep. I created that week specifically where we, take care of the body, take care of the mind in a way that there's both intensity and relaxation. So it's way more than a yoga week or a yoga thing with golf, or way more than your boot camp week. I would say it's really about that fine balance that I created. And where I can also do the combination, so the integration towards the game, so it's fun. Not just about we integrate it as well. So we play golf and then we integrate what we've learned, so we create and develop new routines, and then it's right now it's a world leading retreat that has that professional program and super extraordinary setting in the south of Spain and nature, and it's dedicated to anyone who wants to go through golf transformation, health, but also some personal growth, and that's where this week is created for.
Man, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Like I'm like Risky. I think we're in.
Yeah, let's take a trip.
We're going to Spain. Yes, I've never. You know what's so sad? Yeah, you speak 6 languages.
Favorite week. Yeah, it's my favorite week of the whole year because we're together and it's a small setting, so it's very personal.
How many in a group?
It's me coaching both the physical, and I'm out on the course with the golfers to, it's not about, what can you do on the yoga mat in the morning and then forget about it all when you're on the range or on the course. So I really, take that in the body and the mind, game connection and integration. That's what this week is all about. And there's you can find also more about it on golfyogaretreat.com.
Well, how many typically do you take in a group?
12 is my group maximum.
Okay.
So that's not including me, and I also have an assistant who helps me through that. But yeah, it's really the week where you give your body and give your mind the proper attention that it deserves for your game, and not just your technique.
Well, you know what I think
your technique will improve just by improving the body and the game and the mind.
I think that's awesome, and I think that we should just do one for Pinehurst. Like, get her to come to Pinehurst. Her and her sister come. We'll just do an American retreat.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a quite strict coach too. So I have a really, strict program for my golfers to follow. But that's because I, just believe, that everything what I do, and it's in the retreats, but also my programs, everything that I do has, a purpose. And that's, because it's efficiency and improvement and transformation.
Well, and you're doing it long enough. You're there for a week, so you're doing it long enough to ingrain it into your daily life after you leave. I think that's the coolest thing about it. It's not just going there for an hour lesson and then you're like, hey, see you next month. And then you're like, what did I learn in the first hour? You're doing it consistently so I take it it's a 5-day retreat, fly in on a 6th day, fly out on the 7th day.
Yes, we have 7 nights, so it's a little bit longer, but that's where I focus on as well with the whole retreat is that you have a you have a program before you go. You have a program when after you've left, when the retreat is over. So you're not falling into like, what the hell do I do now? I'm there as well for after retreat and having a call or session. So it's just an aftercare package. And as well, in the week, indeed, ingrain those routines with specific types of anchors that will help the golfers when they return back home. Like one of the anchors I created, special playlists, so that when you put on the playlist, you immediately get reminded of that feeling, that emotion, or that routine that you're supposed to be doing. And so it makes it easy. So it's like, yeah, we work and we train, but I also want you to use those routines afterwards. And I hope, and that's my mission as well with the retreat, is that to make that accessible and easy afterwards.
Well, I just love it. Well, I can't thank you enough for coming on the show. This has been very enlightening, and I feel relaxed already.
I know. It was like we went through a mind yoga class for the last hour.
It's been great.
Cool.
Well, before you go and before we jump into everything with the PGA Tour and everything, I wanted to give you a chance to give you one more shout out to all of your Instagram handles, your website, all that good stuff. If you want to just kind of go through those, how people can get in touch with you.
Yes. So if you want to learn and read more about the retreat, go to golfyogaretreat.com. And the easiest way to find me online is either through Instagram. It's at lp.golf.performance. And you can send me a DM. Let me know that you're tuning in. I always love hearing from that as well. And then through my platform, lpgolfperformance.nl, there's a contact sheet. You can get in touch with me by then. And Twitter as well, at Liesbeth Pauwels. Find me on YouTube, Spotify.
All of the above.
Just Google her name and she'll come up.
Yes. And Risky, give them the spelling of the name just so our listeners know exactly how to spell her name, because it's very different and it takes a second to get used to.
I mean, I can let her spell her own name if she wants to.
Yeah, if you type in LP Golf Performance, you can. I'm sure you'll find me online. That's the easiest way. That's why I create the LP instead of Liesbeth Pauwels. LP Golf is, I think, you're good to go.
All right, perfect. Well, again, we are very happy that you came on the show. We love listening to this. We love learning about the physical nature of golf. I think there's so much more that we can do as just everyday golfers. And I do agree. Listen, don't worry about the stigma. Like, go out there, take care of your body. Do what you need to do to play your best golf, because I promise you, it ain't worth shooting bad on the front nine. Like, I am so frustrated from the last couple of days, but I'm stiff, I'm hurting. I just got off of surgery, I'm sore. It's just like so many different things. Your mind's not right. I think that alone, just clearing your mind before a game, is hugely important, because if you're thinking about what your wife told you to do before you came to, and that you're not doing, and that's all you think about for the first 9 holes, I promise you're probably not going to shoot your best score. So clearing that mind, getting ready for the game, all of these different things I'm sure are going to help. So thank you so much for being with us today. We wish you the best.
You're welcome.
You live in an amazing place, Amsterdam. You lived in the south of Spain. You speak the 6 languages. Jeez Louise.
And British Columbia.
I feel inadequate right now.
And now just rests me to, create a healthy, strong golf community. So if everybody just starts doing warming up, I'm just the happiest person alive. So that's all I need.
Oh, I love it. Well, Golf
Awesome.
Nation, thank you so much. And thank you to Liesbeth Pauwels for joining us today. We'll be right back after this break from golfcritique.com.
Meet Matt, an avid golfer who just got a receipt from a golf course and is ready to experience the unique benefits of golfcritique.com. He pulls out his receipt, scans the code, visits the course page to review, creates an account, enters information, and is deciding on membership of his choice. You can join golfcritique.com as a free member to book on partner courses, lessons with incredible instructors, and your next buddies trip at great resorts around the world without any booking fees. Upgrade to a premium membership and receive access to all perks worldwide from our esteemed partners. Review a partner and get $5 off your next visit. Not only that, enjoy member experiences with brand ambassadors, exclusive tournament offers, special incentives from our title sponsors, and awesome giveaways. GolfCritique.com gives more back to the golfer and to the partner than any other platform in golf, making sure you have the best experience every visit. Check out our blogs, videos, and podcasts on Golf Hub. All golf, all the time. So what are you waiting for? Matt has already chosen the premium membership, and now you can do the same by creating a golfer account at golfcritique.com today. Golfcritique.com, the best search engine in golf.
All right, Golf Nation, we are back. Just a great conversation with Liesbeth Pauwels. Liesbeth Pauwels. Man, I am doing such a bad... We got to get her name right. Liesbeth Pauwels.
There you go. There you
very
go.
talented young lady who I think is going to do amazing things. You can tell how passionate she is. But let's get into some golf, Risky.
Yeah.
Pretty cool championship this weekend.
Yeah, it was nice. Corrales, Punta Cana.
See, I was going to let you say it, baby. That's just the way I was just not even going to go there because I was just not going to do it. We should have had her say it.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
It would have been way better.
Probably would have been way better.
Well, man,
Yeah.
it was like, and what a great week for it to come out or for her to be on the show because it was all about the guys who were coming off of injured reserve, basically.
Yeah, there was a couple of them.
Yeah. I mean, Hudson came back. He was hurt for a while.
Yeah, he had a bone removed from his foot.
Yeah, that's probably not very good for a golfer.
Yeah, doesn't sound like it, but
Yikes.
I mean, seems like he's doing just fine now.
I kind of wanted to cringe a little bit because I thought about taking Hudson out. He was very cheap this week in DraftKings, and I just couldn't pull the trigger. But boy, I missed out on that because we did really well. We actually came in a little over 1,000 this week in our DraftKings. We made money. We're not crap.
Let's go.
Yes, we're doing better. But Hudson did great. Amazing resort down there. It was gorgeous in the Dominican Republic. And Hudson took full advantage. He did struggle a little bit on Sunday. But, hey, it's really his first win in a very, very long time.
Yeah, since 2017. 2 years.
Yeah, a couple years. And so, he shot 18 under par, 65, 66, 69, 69. So, he's in his 60s all week.
67, 69, 69, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You
65.
said 65, 66.
Oh, my
but
bad.
65, 67.
Well, either way, he got
There's
the
a lot
job
of
done.
people out there that are nitpickers and they'll find that one thing that he's wrong. He's wrong.
No.
Wrong score.
Oh, so he did great. So he won the, if you don't remember, 2017 Career Builder Challenge, which is at the PGA West out in La Quinta,
California.
But I think it's called the American Express now. We
think so.
We don't know. We'll see.
Anyway,
But it's out in the PGA West, which is California country out there, and so Mackenzie Hughes again, great showing. Nick Lashley came in fourth. He hadn't been playing good. I thought about taking him because he's won here before. That just goes to show when you're researching DraftKings, find out who's won there before, because even if they're not playing good, it's going to be a good memory for them. Just like what we talked about, it's putting them in a good place mentally, so they're probably going to play pretty well. Adam Long, I was surprised. I really thought after day 3 that he was gonna trounce the field.
yeah.
I really thought he was gonna take it home. James Hahn, great to see him. Hey, if anybody's talking about James Hahn, he has been consistent ever since he got back. The dude is playing some golf, so we're definitely going to be looking at him throughout. And then Zalatoris, man, the hottest golfer on the planet. Seems like everybody's talking about him. He's kicking ass on the Korn Ferry Tour. I'm going to assume that he's not going to be on there for very much longer.
Yeah, he can't be.
I mean, he's just he's doing amazing. Cameron Percy again, Luke List. I mean, all the guys that we probably should have picked were right there.
Yeah.
But we did make a little bit of cash. We were all the way up to 303. But our man, Sam Burns, 6 over par on moving day.
Yep.
Yow! That hurt. Sam, yikes, dude. We're getting you on the podcast. You owe us a guest spot on this podcast for what you did to us in DraftKings this week. But we still love you, and I'm definitely going to keep him in the lineup because he has been doing good. Sean O'Hare. This is who I was trying to think of last week when we were talking about high school players coming out of high school.
Oh, really?
It was Sean O'Hare. I was like, Sean. I could not think of his name.
There's...
So, oblique muscle? What is your oblique muscle?
I think it's like
oblique.
Oh, in the sides?
Yeah. Oh, we should have asked her. We're probably told. That's true. Yeah. I don't know. That's pretty bad. We don't even know.
Yeah, it's like on the sides.
Yeah, your obliques.
Yeah.
Well, he's been playing really well too. Really good to see that. And at the end of the day, we want to congratulate Hudson Swafford for a great win. Way to stick it out and really way to pull through late in the round when he needed to. Even though he tried to mess it up on 18. He tried to get a little squirrely.
Oh, yeah, the putt.
Yeah.
So,
but hey, a win's a win.
That's true.
There is no photographs. Well, there's video, but a win's a win. Now, I think we do have a little correction. He did make a little bit more money than we talked about in our after the round. But if you haven't been checking out some of our after the round, if you don't have time to, you got some honey-do lists, you just don't have time to sit down and watch the golf tournament, make sure you check us out on social media, on Instagram, on usually Sunday evenings. We're a little late this week, but we're going to try to get them out on Sunday evenings. And we're just going to give you a quick recap of the tournament every single week, which is just going to be great. And then you can kind of go back. We might even upload them into Golf Hub under after the round. That way, if you're wanting to go back and kind of see what happened for that week, we can kind of put some cliff notes in there if you guys are, kind of researching on who's been playing well and who hasn't. So, off to
Sanderson Farms,
Jackson, Mississippi.
Good. My brother was actually born there, though, so
Jackson.
I know he's going to listen to this.
Isn't that in the middle of the state? I believe it's in the middle of the state.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much going on.
Is that the capital of Mississippi?
Maybe. There's not much going on in Jackson, Mississippi. So I'm sure those, they can't even go see them because there's still no fans. So, but it is a Donald Ross, which, if you've ever been to the Sandhills, we love us some Donald Ross here in the Sandhills. And so redesigned in 2008, though, and 19, huh? Add some bunkers. Not a small redesign.
They just added bunkers to 4 holes. And that's pretty much all they did.
I don't know. I wonder if the green complexes are traditional Ross where they have the tabletops. It'll be interesting to see. They've been playing there for a while now at the Sanderson's farm, so I'll have to kind of look at it and see the golf course a little bit more. But again, a beast. 7,400 yards. Like, this is just becoming a reality for the tour now.
Yeah, it's becoming normal.
I mean, I used to think 7,000
the tee boxes back.
Yeah, it's just where it's going.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. So for all you amateurs, you better get that driver on point because it ain't getting shorter. They're just not going to do it. So every single week we've been saying 7,000 plus yards without question.
Yeah.
And so pretty good purse for an off week, really. 6.6 million. It's $4 million less than normal, a normal major, not a major, but a normal.
It's pretty solid.
It's solid. 1.2 for the winner this week. So, and it's Bermuda again. So remember that when you're doing your DraftKings, who likes Bermuda, who doesn't, and champion Bermuda grass on the greens though. So if you're not familiar with that, that's the new varieties Bent grass, they're very firm, very fast, can get extremely fast, 12 pretty easily on the step meter. So you're going to want some good putters this week if you're picking on DraftKings. So perfect weather, not an issue there. Scotty Scheffler back in the field this week.
Yep.
So he must be COVID free now, which is great.
Yes.
Because remember he
I
missed
actually
the US,
did forget about that.
yeah, he
right
missed
now.
the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Because of COVID, which man, that had to be a hit. He was playing so well.
Yeah.
And it's good to see him back. So, and then Sungjae M, Munoz. I think it's Munoz. I'm not very familiar with Munoz. Sebastian Munoz.
3 past PGA Tour Rookie of the Year players right there.
Yeah, and Munoz won this event, didn't he?
Yeah,
he won this event over Sungjae M, which is another rookie. So obviously, again, if you're looking at your DraftKings, definitely look at who has been playing well at this spot, because most likely they're going to play well again. So let's see, notables in the field. Remember, Louis Oosthuizen just played very well.
I think he's the most expensive in DraftKings this week.
Interesting. No. I think it's Zalatoris, isn't it?
I don't know. I read Lewis.
No.
somewhere.
Scotty's the most expensive.
Really?
He's top of DraftKings.
Oh.
So if you're going to do DraftKings this week, we're going to throw out some names for you. Definitely, we're probably going to get a good value on Sungjae M. He's probably been playing okay. Gotta look at how the breakdown is this week. But Scotty Scheffler is definitely number one. He came out in the top of the class, which he deserves. Oosthuizen's out now. He is pulled.
Really?
Yeah,
Is that as of this morning?
As of this morning, he is out. And so, Sungjae M's 3. So, and Zalatoris is right behind him. Ben Hahn is right after them. Carlos Ortiz. Our boy Sam Burns. Munoz is 4. So all the past winners, they're pretty much at the top of the list. So then we got to break it down into who we're going to look at. I'm surprised Sergio. Pat Perez has been playing really good. Carlos is a great value. $8,300 for Carlos Ortiz. I would say he's going to be good. Patrick Rogers has been playing good on these off weeks. Zhang has been playing really well. He played really good in Punta Cana. So so many good players. Even on an off week, Henrik Stenson, Sergio Garcia, Zach Johnson, Lucas Glover, Jason Duffner, Jimmy Walker, and even Stuart Sink is back with his son on the bag for the Sandersons.
Yep.
So
I'm excited to see Sink go out there again.
Oh yeah, it'll
see
be
what he can do.
Yeah, and he's pretty good value, $7,600. Now I will say Sabatini is like the cut making fool. He can make some cuts. He's always playing somewhat good enough to make cuts. So yeah, and this Bergen. I can't. Burgoon. Yeah, I guess it's Burgoon. He's pretty good value this week. Scott Stallings is back in the field this week. Sean O'Hare's in the field again this week. So there's all kinds of notables that are pretty decent priced this week. So it'll be interesting to see which way the winner goes for DraftKings. But I think it's going to be a fun tournament in Jackson, Mississippi. So if you don't know already, we have been trying to do our own in-house game. So we're actually going to start that. We were going to start it last week, but we're actually going to start that in 2 weeks because we're maybe 2 or 3 weeks. We'll let you know. We're going to a Monday show, and then we're going to be producing it on Monday and then releasing it on Tuesdays to make sure everybody has a chance to get their picks in. Since we've been getting them out late Wednesday and people just haven't had a chance to do that. So if you want to play on the game, or we only have 200 players that we're allowing in. It's a $10 buy-in, and you're playing against just the average Joe. No professionals, just members of golfcritique.com. That's all you got to do is sign up to be a free member of golfcritique.com. And then as soon as you do that, we will shoot you out an invite. And if you want to play, great. If you don't want to play, then that's okay too.
Of course it's okay.
We only got 200 spots.
We don't force people into gambling here at Golf Nation Podcast.
That's probably true too. So no, but it's just a way of fun, a fun game. And we play out 20 places. So we did the 20 places game. So $240 to the winner. And remember, every week we will be doing a free giveaway for the winner as a upgraded membership to golfcritique.com, which is another $60 value. So
amazing.
That's it. So Risky.
Yeah, sounds like that's it for today.
Another show in the bag.
Yeah, great.
Well, give our listeners how they can get in touch with us, and we'll let them out of here.
Yeah, well, make sure you check us out on Golf Hub. If you're not watching there already, you definitely should be. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and Instagram as @GolfNationPodcast, and on Facebook as @GolfNationPod. If you have any comments, suggestions, or questions for Jeremy or myself, send us a DM on Instagram or send us an email at info@golfcritique.com, and I'll go straight to me. That's all I got for him, Jay.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in as usual. We want to thank Liesbeth Pauwels for joining us this week. If you don't know about her, it's lpgolfperformance.nl. lpgolfperformance.nl. Definitely check her out. Those retreats sound amazing. And maybe we'll try to get her to come to Pinehurst and do a retreat.
I think the .nl comes from Netherlands.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So we'll be back next week with another great episode. But until then, learn as much as you can, live your life to the fullest, play golf forever. I'm Jeremy Lee for Risky, and our great guests, Liesbeth Pauwels, This Golf Nation, and we'll see you on the team.